The remainder of our Ascended Heroes set is being revealed slowly in the Japanese Start Deck 100s, and today we're going to take a look at some of these brand new cards that were revealed over the course of the weekend. And so we're going to take a look. It's what these kind of have to offer. Some of them may just be bad, maybe like stocking stuffers, firewood, whatever you want to call it, but some maybe some gems. So let's check them out. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, remember to like and subscribe, and let's jump into it. We are going to go ahead and look at some of these. So we have a couple of Terra Pokemon that are being brought back in, which we haven't seen in almost a year, like it says here. Koraidon EX and Miraidon EX are the first brand new Terra Pokemon to release since Terrestrial Festival a year ago. We have Koraidon EX here, a Pokemon that I think many of us thought would have a Terra Pokemon on release or very close to release. Same with Miraidon, as they were the flagship Pokemon of their individual game, and those cards usually have some sort of power or some sort of um, like sway in the current mechanic. It has 230 HP as a basic type Pokemon. Terra ability is there. Its first attack, Deep Brown Fangs for fighting colors, is 50 plus 120 if one of your Pokemon was knocked out by an attack from an opponent last turn. Actually, a non insignificant attack because you can do 170 damage to many things, and anything that is fighting weak takes 340, which includes one Mega Kangaskhan EX right now that is geared up to be one of the best decks in the new format. So you are able to set up a pretty easy response on something like that with one of these new cards, which seems like a very welcome addition to any deck as a toolbox kit. The second attack is Fighting Colorless, Impact Blow for 200. And the Pokemon can't use Impact Blow next turn. So even if you don't have the ability to use Deep Brown Fangs immediately, you have Impact Blow to kind of finish up what you wanted to do initially, right? So it's all still good and dandy. We have Miraidon EX coming in here. So basically, we're just giving these guys some hats. 220 HP, kind of on brand. He's been sticking to 220 HP across the board with Slashing Claw for our Lightning for 40. Really nothing to write home about. And then Lightning Colorless, Hadron Spike, 120 plus 120 if our opponent's active Pokemon is an EX. So a conditional attack on the second EX compared to, second attack compared to Koraidon EX's conditional attack on the first one. But this one's pretty bad because 240 is your cap, and some of these new EXs are quite bulky, especially the megas that are getting up and running. So I doubt this one will see play. We have Mawile that has Call for Family as well coming in, and then a Registeel EX, just adding to maybe some more future Reggies coming out, as the Reggie package is typically the trio comes out together, and then Drago and Aleki probably have their own shtick. 230 HP Metal type, colorless Reggie Charge, attach up to 2 basic metal energy from your discard pile of this Pokemon. This may become a staple for all the Reggies that we see because they love to do the same thing where like all the Reggies have the same first attack. So this could be the same for the first 3 trio. Then for 140 for metal, triple colorless, 140 during this next turn. This Pokemon takes 50 less damage from attacks. That is absolutely terrible. I have no idea when this would ever come up in a relevant way where we have to now power this up and only do 140. So the cost is not worth the risk. And then we have Hoopa with Filch, draws 2, and does 130 for Knuckle Impact. So nothing too crazy here. We have a couple more cards here revealed, including Erika's Pokemon. I don't think we've had any Erika's cards so far. It's kind of cool that there's just like a random person getting just like more. Okay, like Erika's not random in the context of the game, but like a random leader that we have not seen yet, getting some more Pokemon. We have Erika's Oddish and Erika's Gloom. Wow, this is a terrible quality for this one. I mean, on brand with Gloom, but wow. But Assault for 30 does 10 to itself, and then Poison Spray 50, and they're poisoned. So nothing crazy for these two. But then we have the Erika's Vileplume EX rounding out the top of the charts here with 310 HP as a stage 2 Pokemon. Absolutely massive. Envious Scent during your turn, you may heal 30 from each of your Pokemon. So it is kind of gear oriented towards a like tank strategy across the board. And then Grass Colorless 160. They are poisoned and asleep, which is actually a pretty deadly combo if you can find a way to make it work. We are losing a lot of our poison package. So this is a cool way to, I think, keep the poison train going. Grass Colorless does mean we have no great way to accelerate those energies and kind of cheat the system. But maybe there's potential. Grass always feels like it's so close to being broken. So maybe Erika's Vileplume EX can help add on to the pool of cards that can synergize with corner or not corner, Teal Mask Ogre and the other cronies. Meganium plus Vileplume maybe could be a deck where you're just big and tanky. Meganium One Prizer's Vileplume could be a pretty interesting deck with the Teal Mask Ogre. Yep. Erika's Bellsprout also coming in. We have the Bellsprout doing 60 with Vine Slap. The Weepinbell is mysteriously gone, so if you guys have seen Weepinbell, please let us know. Seems like a weird one to not have revealed, but power to you. Then we have Erika's Victory Bell, 150 HP, 40 times the number of Erika's Pokemon you can play for Mysterious Rondo, Grass Colorless. Seems cool at first, but then you're like, wait, I have to have like all these guys. How do I accelerate the green things? You need to have either TL Mask E-Switch combo or you need to have Meganium in your deck for any green package, I think, to work right now. Or you need to have all those cards just in one deck, which just makes it so you can't really do it. So, yeah, you really can't make this attack work, I don't think. Solar Beam for 130 as well. We have Erika's Tangela here coming in. This is a beautiful alt art, or art rare, I guess is the best way to put it. Sorry. Ability Colorful Right, you mean is ability once on your turn, switch your deck for Erika's Pokemon reveal, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. That's kind of busted. You just have this guy get free search every single turn. So this is just your 80 HP behemoth who's just like, hey, I'm gonna put this Tangela into play. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Vileplume X, and I'm gonna candy into it. Just don't look at me. Cool. Very sick. Very good card. Very neat. Very neat. I like the base rarity. This is like sick too. Like this is very cute. Very good. Attack is awful. Grass Close 30 and they're paralyzed, but what a cool ability. I like this quite a bit. We have another Pikachu EX coming in. This looks like it's going to be quite expensive and it looks very pretty. I actually quite like this. It looks like the pocket art a little bit. And it's very nice. 200 HP, Lightning Lady Colors 120. So not like a ton of damage, but it just looks like it is something that is being fluffed into the art section, which I quite like. I think the pretty art, yeah. Slurpuff art coming in too, evolves from Cottony, does 40 for tackle, and then Psychic Colors, Magic Shot for 70. Nothing crazy either. Mega Audino, you guys may remember from when Mega Audino won Worlds in 2016. This time it's not needing a Spirit Link. We have Kaleido Waltz, Colorless with 3 coins. For each head, search for 2 basic energy, attach them to Pokemon any way you like. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty good. Hot take. I think we can power up some guys pretty quickly with Kaleido Waltz. If we hit 1 heads, 2 heads, we're off to the races, you know? Like we're expecting 1 every time. And then if we get 2, we're pleasantly happy. And if we get 3, we'll have to figure out what to do after that, you know? We might not ever need 3, but it seems pretty decent. Then Ear Force, triple colorless, 20 plus, 80 for each energy attached to your opponent's active. Now that I don't think is like super good because I don't think a lot of Pokemon right now have energy intensive attacks. Now this could change as the format develops and we see some of these newer cards that need these energy intensive cards. Right now there's nothing that's very energy intensive, so Ear Force will probably cap at like at most 240 plus 20. Like at most I think we're sitting at a 260 damage attack, which isn't necessarily terrible, but it's a conditional 260 compared to like a guaranteed 260 from a different attacker. There's also a Mega Pokemon, so keep that in mind that if it does die, 3 prize cards. Then we have 2 new supporters here. Waitress, look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Choose any basic energy. Choose a basic energy attached to one of your Pokemon and shuffle the remaining cards. So a non-guaranteed energy attachment for the turn on a supporter. I don't think this will see play ever, but I am really liking the fact that ZA cards are making their way in because I did dump like 60 hours into that game already. I've maxed everything there is to do. I'm just waiting for the DLC this week, so that'll be fun. And then we have the boss with the most aura since Giovanni, Corbeau. I will be picking up 4 full arts of this one, or SIRs, whatever the cool one looks like. And I will be adding them to my deck and replacing my boy Getsis, because I think it goes Giovanni, Getsis, then Corbeau. It was Giovanni and Getsis until now. Giovanni's were way too expensive, but then Corbeau seems like way more aura than Getsis, because Getsis was just like a bad dude, like an actual bad guy. This guy was sick. I like him a lot. And he looks like Fez. So anyway, Boss's Orders is back, and it is a new boss art, which I think everyone expects with the new games. But that all being said, thank you guys for watching. We'll be looking at new card reveals as we go, and peace out. We'll catch you next time.